He's making the wrong face!
Look who just sent me a text.
Addie McAllister?
What should I say?
Just play it cool.
Welcome to the world inside your phone, where everyone is expected to act one way their whole life.
Aw, snap! Ow.
My name is Gene, and I'm supposed to be a meh. You know, like, meh, who cares? But my problem is, I have more than one emotion.
Check this out.
Huh?
Son, please tell me you weren't laughing just now. What if you get sent out on the phone making the wrong face?
Dad, I'll make the right face. Then I would finally fit in.
Sweetie, you're so handsome when you make that face. I think he's ready, Mel.
Meh.
That's our user, Alex.
We have an incoming text! We are go for Meh!
Who, me?
What's he doing?
He's making the wrong face!
Huh?
What the heck?
Welcome to the Loser Lounge, where the emojis who never get used hang out.
What's up, high five?
I'm an emoji. I've got to have some sort of purpose here.
I'm gonna help you. We need to get off the phone and find the source code.
Then I can fit in.
Let's roll! Bye, Felicia.
First, we have to get through this firewall. What's Alex's girlfriend's name again?
It was Tina,
Access denied.
Karen, Sarah. I want to say Lupita, but that doesn't feel right now I'm saying it out loud.
I think you're pretty cool just the way you are.
Nobody leaves the phone! Delete them!
My feelings are huge. Maybe I'm meant to have more than just one emotion. Where am I?
Candy Crush. Divine. Sweet.
Tasty. Delicious.
Oh, I'm never eating another piece of candy ever again.
High five, don't do it. Don't you do it. It's already been in there once.
Okay, son, what do we do after we go potty?
Should we wash our hands?
We're number two!
Hey!
Hi.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
Yeah, everyone is great because it is nearly Christmas.
Ding, ding,
Can you
ding,
believe
ding,
it?
Ding, 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 ding.
Like, where did this year go?
Through the snow with my movie and my popcorn. With
Right.
the chocolate in my hand, I'm gonna eat it all up.
Hey! Ah, Ryan, you can't like end it there after I said hey.
I wasn't planning to go any further. You made it further.
I just added hey.
Hey?
Right?
Oh.
Yes, so guys, it is nearly Christmas! Woohoo!
So do you know what you're getting for Christmas?
No, because that's the point of presents, is you don't know what people get you.
I was just checking.
Okay.
It was an evil plan to see if you knew what you were getting.
Oh,
If you sneaked a peek.
oh no.
It's hide by your parents.
No sneak peeks, no teaser trailers, no nothing.
No. But I'm like super excited for what present we're about to open up.
The present?
Yes.
That was corny, right?
Thanks. Thanks. It's funny.
Yes, so the present we are about to open up is
Wait.
we're going to look at a movie.
Popcorn comes from what?
Corn.
So
Oh,
the movie we are looking at, do you want to tell them the movie we're looking
yes,
at?
I do. I know you guys are thinking you're like waiting for a Christmas movie, but this isn't a Christmas movie. It's the Emoji movie.
Nah.
Right. Yeah, so this is the Emoji movie, guys, we're talking about. Now, I know, like, especially when we were doing research, like the reviews, there were a lot of like mixed reviews, mostly bad reviews, I'll be honest.
The characters were very excited about acting it though.
But they were very good,
Yeah.
like very well-known actors in it, and that sort of thing. But yeah, people like
I don't
seem to
understand
have
why
hated.
people. I don't understand why.
I don't
why
know,
people-
guys. I love this movie. Honestly, for me, this was like best animation of 2017.
Yeah.
Honestly, like for me, it beats Despicable Me 3. I enjoyed this movie more than Despicable Me 3. I'm not even joking.
Actually.
I enjoyed it.
You know what I
more.
think it is? I think it's a creative thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
People are watching movies for like some deep
Revelation. They actually are, hey?
story, and then it
Because
was
like this one review I was watching, they said they took like, you know, points from other cartoons and they know their message. I'm like, what message? It's a freaking movie. What's wrong with you? Why do you want a message like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So people want you to like watch a movie and then want to change their lives.
Sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
This movie sounds like a dream.
Right.
It's like something you dream about, you know.
No, guys, it was very good. Go watch it if you haven't watched it. You know what I loved, and we'll get into this like later, but the concept behind the movie. Because you know, when I heard the Emoji movies coming out, I was like, okay, what are they gonna do? Like, what Emoji movie? Like, okay.
If you think about it, there is sort of like a deepish story behind it because this emoji. What is his name? Do you remember?
Meh.
It is Meh. Nah?
He's the Meh emoji.
Yeah, but he was different, and people did, you know, everyone was like in their like hardcore cases. They were just like, this is where we are. This is where we.
He
operate.
was divergent.
Yes, he was divergent. This is where they operate. This is what we do, and you know, and if you step outside, you're a total outcast, you know. And then here he comes along, and he like completely like just revolution.
Right, he malfunctions them all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah. So box office and budget for this movie. Budget was $50 million. Can you believe it? $50 million to make one cartoon. Okay.
Meh.
And box office was a whole $214.2 million.
Wow.
So they did well in terms of money, like
quadruple.
Right. Like seriously. So they did well. People didn't like it, but they made money. I enjoyed it. I loved it. For me, it was awesome.
They made money, so who cares?
And I mean, I had to watch the show, you know, because we needed to film, and you know, it's been a bit hectic lately. So I like got home and it was late, and I was like, I need to watch this movie. And I was like, please let it not be 2 hours, and it wasn't 2 hours.
It was an hour and like 13 minutes or something.
I think it was 20-something minutes. And I actually, even though I was tired, you know, when you're tired and you want to go to bed, and now you have to watch a movie. It's like, oh my word. But I actually enjoyed it.
That's
like,
crazy,
I actually was like, this movie is so cool. Like, it wasn't like, please end.
You see, that's what I'm saying. It was a total creative movie, which I enjoyed. So, my story is my son was sick. My son was sick. So, of course, he wakes up the whole household. So, I decided I'm not going to sit up and stare at him waiting for him to fall asleep. So, we all watched, us as a family, we watched the Emoji movie together at 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And my son went from in agony to enjoying the movie. So it was crazy.
So guys, this movie's good.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, what the whole movie now, this is where I was like, when I saw the trailer and that, I was like, the Emoji, okay, like I was like, oh, that's so cool, they're bringing out the Emoji movie. But
where do you go with this?
Like, what do you do? And just it was brilliant. So basically, what they've done is they've made the whole film happens on a phone. So they've taken a phone and then basically made your phone like
it was an Apple. It was an iPhone.
They've made your phone like a world. So basically, the emojis live in the text app, which is called Textopolis. Yes, Textopolis. So they live in the messaging app, and and what happens is you can go out of that app, so they can go out of the app, but then they get on the wallpaper.
Was it legal for them to leave the app?
I don't know.
Because remember, it was quite empty. It was very empty outside the app. Yeah.
So they get on the wallpaper, and basically now it's like corridors, and there's the different apps.
Well, show the viewers on YouTube. My phone's not here, but how you guys know on the iPhone how your apps are basically so basically these, if you guys are looking on YouTube, then
so they came out of the messaging app, and then can you see how there's spaces between the apps? Those were like the corridors, so they could literally walk around the phone like that.
And you even saw the wallpaper as the floor.
Yes, the wallpaper was the floor, and they literally could go in any app. So they went into Instagram, they went into YouTube. They went into a dance game app, they went into a hacker app, where there's like a whole and that's the way they did that.
It's got a skin,
Yes, it was a fake, what was it, a calculator. And then I think, so you know how there's like those apps where it on the outside it shows as like the calculator, but then when you go inside it's actually another app. So he had that type of app on the phone, and then they go in and there's all types of viruses. There was the Trojan horse.
Yeah, did you see him?
Yes, I was like, oh, this is so cool. There was a like a sick like little thing, which is obviously a virus.
Yes.
So it was really cool how they did did that. So they basically make their way. They have to get to Dropbox, and Dropbox then they get uploaded to the cloud, and then they have to pass a firewall, and there's like literally a wall of fire. So I thought the concept was flippin' brilliant.
And of course, he was going around this with Jailbreak.
Yes, with Jailbreak, who is a hacker. She's this hacker chick, and the high five. He had the high five emoticon going with him. So it was high five, Meh, and Jailbreak. Yes, on this whole. But it's cool, so cool, because now you're thinking, okay, the whole thing happens on a phone. It's not just on a phone. So this phone is this teenage boy. It's his phone.
This is deep, man.
Right? And he like goes to school and you see everyone on their phone, and then basically every time he uses an emoji, what happens is the emoji gets scanned, so they have to pull the face and then they get scanned, and then that's what he's able to send.
And then they send it across to that person.
They send it across to that person, and the whole story is his phone, like, because like there's this whole journey, so what happens is like apps start opening on his phone when it's not open, because the emojis are actually opening the
They're
apps.
traveling between the apps and
so
they're doing
he's
stuff.
thinking his phone's like malfunctioning. He needs to take it in, he needs to get a new one. He wants to wipe his whole phone, which means like the whole
all of them
place
die.
will like be wiped. And it's this whole, so it's cool that how they mixed it between real, like not real life, but real life with your phone.
It incorporates your life around your phone.
And they basically, it's like they went into a phone and made the phone an animation. They like brought a phone to life. I thought it was so cool. Like it was the last thing I expected. Honestly, it was the last thing I expected. I was like, when I realized, I was like, this is so cool. They're on the wallpaper. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And they even went to the trash. And
The trash.
I
remember the trash now. The trash bin, yeah.
So it was very good. It was cool. Even the one part I remember you saying the one part they went Instagram, and basically they went into one photo where they were in Paris. So they'd taken a photo in Paris, and the emojis are like walking around.
They go into the photo.
So it's like a frozen
and
frame.
That's it. It's like a time in a world. So obviously the photo's flat 2D, but when they walk into the photo,
it becomes real.
It's 3D. So the world's around them, and they're there.
And then he even changes the filter of the photo, so like changes the mood.
Instagram.
Yeah, so he like pulls up the filters and like changes the filter
to make it look romantic.
Yes. So it was so cool. It really was cool.
Very creative idea. It was written by two people. So when I saw that directed by the same person, and then he was the same person who wrote it with
another person.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. But when I saw two people write, I can imagine they must have had an imagination like crazy. Right. Can you imagine writing this content? I probably would be like, oh, I got this brilliant idea. And imagine if you wada, and then this thing comes up, and then that's brilliant. Okay, we'll put it in. That's awesome, man.
No, it was very creative, like very, very creative. Yeah. And in terms of like actors and that, as we said, there's quite well-known actors. So for example, T.J. Miller, he was the main character's voice. Then the high five was James Corden, who I recognized his voice immediately. He acts in a lot of comedy movies, so he does a lot of comedy.
Quite a prim and proper accent for a animated character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Patrick Stewart. Yes, Patrick. If you don't know who that is, think about Xavier from X-Men. He's the poop emoticon.
Yes. And he was stressed about being wiped.
Right. But it was actually quite clever how they did it. Then Jailbreak was Anna Faris. She's acted in scary movies. Yes. She often does like weird, like this was I didn't expect it to be her. Like it was a different type of character.
I don't really recognize her from
She's acted in she's often the stupid girl in movies. Like that's the type of role she takes. Wow. Like where she's like really stupid.
And yeah, she was quite clever.
Yeah. And then there's a couple of other so those are just a few that I've mentioned, but I mean quite well-known actors that were.
I definitely recognized Meh. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I heard his voice. I was like.
Except I couldn't. Which other movie did he act in?
He's one of those faces you've seen around.
Yeah.
You know him because you've seen him around.
Yeah.
You're not sure where, but yeah.
You've seen him. Now, funnily enough, this trailer had 4 to 8 times more dislikes than likes. So, like, people didn't like this.
What do you mean?
The trailer.
It had more likes than dislikes?
Yeah, so on YouTube, it had 9,953 likes and then 41,809 dislikes.
Out of 1 million views.
Now, I don't...
well, at least I got the views.
Right.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. People just like, I don't know. They just
Meh.
They just felt meh about the film. The only thing that I'll disagree with is this. So basically what happens is you know on your when you're using emojis, you have like the recent used, and then they get in like a they're your first category. So what they did was, with those that were recent used, they made them like the popular emojis.
Yeah.
So these emojis could go to like this lounge.
They had a club for that.
Yes.
You had to be like it was like a VIP lounge.
Yes. So you had to be in the most like used emojis to get that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then there was the emojis that weren't liked, like the least used emojis. So basically
They're
down
like
in
the
the basement, all of these emojis were there.
Yeah.
There was the old granny. There was, I don't even know what some of the emojis were. The suitcase and the high five. Basically,
some of the older ones, very older ones,
Yeah.
where you can see the ones that were sort of that I don't know, they aren't really that popular type of thing.
So the hand, what happens is he goes down there
A
because
high five.
The high five, yes.
But the fist pump was popular.
Yes. So he like went down there and basically like he's in the losers club. But there was one emoticon there that I didn't agree with because I used that emoticon.
Oh, often.
Huh?
Often.
Yeah.
Which one?
The cactus.
You use it often.
I'll use the cactus.
I've never gotten the cactus
Serious?
emoji from you, Sashi.
I'll send it right now, Ryan.
My phone's not on me.
You'll still get it.
Oh,
No, but I like to, when you're like, okay, all of the emojis there, I was like, don't use that, don't use that. Then the cactus, I was like, wait a minute.
But I use the
I
cactus.
do use the cactus. Why is the cactus? I like the cactus. Yeah, so that was the only.
So after I watched this movie, like I don't really use emojis that much, and after this movie, like I don't know why, but I'm like
Emojis.
let's express it. So for example, something amazing was happening with someone, like they did something that was really unexpected, and then when I WhatsApped someone, I was telling them that this is happening, and all I put was a snowflake there.
No.
And the person then told me, I know it's gonna snow. So they called on with the emoji. I was like, hey,
Right.
this emoji thing is actually awesome.
No, I love emojis. Like oftentimes, when you comment on a picture, you don't know what to say, so then you just like emoji. Like I love emojis. I express myself through emojis.
So have you found the meh face? 'Cause
yeah,
I've seen one.
I use the meh face like often.
I've seen it, but I'm like thinking, is that the meh face?
That is the meh face. It's the one with he's got like a skew mouth. There, it's even in my frequently used.
Oh, there you go.
That's the meh face.
Okay. Isn't it like the unhappy?
Yeah, like meh.
I'll show you which one I thought was the meh. You just see these. And it's funny, like when I'm going through the emojis, I recognize a large percentage of these that I've seen in the movie.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see the meh. There, isn't that the meh face?
No, that's like rolling eyes.
Like whatever.
Yeah, meh face is like meh.
Okay.
But it was, for me, it was so brilliant, and even the way the actors, like they, if they were the meh face, they had to like even if they were excited, they were like, "This is so amazing."
Yeah. Don't overreact. Oh. I
told you not to
overreact.
And then the crying face is like, I'm so happy, I just won the lottery. But he's like crying. And then the laughing face was being rushed to hospital. And he's like, yes, I can see my bone. But he's like killing himself laughing. So like I thought that was pretty cool. Now the whole point of the movie is that this meh face malfunctions because he can pull off all the emojis.
Faces,
so if the door is slammed against him, the dead face comes. If he falls in love, the heart face comes. If he starts crying, the tear face comes. And for them, the emojis, they were like, "What is happening?" Because you're only supposed to be one.
Everybody's got a specific job. And that's all that they do. Yeah.
So he was like a malfunction. So they wanted to delete him. They wanted to finish him. And basically it was his journey to not be deleted.
And obviously I like the in-depth of the thing of like if you're an emoji, so if you're a face, you had to play your role. You had to stay strict no matter what happened. Like we said earlier on, with his parents, they were just like, oh, that's so romantic, and then like that's how they were. But if you're an actual icon like a Christmas tree or whatever, then it
was easier.
All you have to do is be yourself.
Yeah, just like I'm a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's it. But then for the other ones, they had to play their role type of thing. So.
Yeah. So they did it quite cool though. I think it was a brilliant movie.
It was
I think
extremely
you guys,
creative.
Yes, it's a movie that you enjoy. You get to the end of it, and you're like, that was a good movie. There's no point to it. It's emojis. It's like, what's the point of an emoji?
Yes.
An emoji is an emotion.
Well, well, I think my son he fell asleep by the end of it. He watched all the way through, but then eventually we were just like, oh, that was a good movie, and then we went to bed.
So I thought, and the humor was quite good. There is, but as with all cartoons, I think there's always that humor that's slightly like, really.
That's a thing today.
Yeah, like there's some like jokes where you're like, really, that was unnecessary. But anyway.
Below the belt, yeah.
Right. But otherwise, I think it was very good. They even went into Candy Crush.
Yes.
They were in Candy Crush.
And the high five ate all the candy.
All the candy, and then threw up, and then ate it again.
It was quite humorous how he was going through and eating all the candy, and even his character. With him, I spotted that, I don't know, it's like, usually you can pick up characters and you can almost like box them.
Yeah.
You can say that, okay, this is a character. The minute you hear them talk, or you hear when they first express how they feel about something, you already know what type of character they are. No, this guy's obviously paranoid, he's stupid, okay, no, he's clever, etc. But with high five, it was like, because he had this very like smart, like I said, this very smart, almost British sort of, words that he used and stuff like that, and with a British accent. And the first thing you try and relate him to is just he's like the dumb friend.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get that. It was difficult. He was like full of joy, but he was also, I don't know, it was weird.
You know what he was like? He was happy, which is what a high five is.
True.
A high five is like, high five. And he actually had that like,
that's also
he
true.
had a high five personality to him. So it was like high five. He was dramatic in a way. Yeah.
And the way he danced as well. Or danced.
The hands, the way they...
Brilliant. Yeah, that whole thing. I mean, can you imagine how it was for the director to express this through to the studio that had to do all the graphics and stuff like that? I'm sure they came up with a whole lot of previous concepts that were just weird or off,
that's wrong,
or stuff like that. And he's like, no guys, really, I wanted like, and I'm not saying that they did, but maybe they did spot on. But something as creative as this, I'm sure you can have quite a handful of meetings to try and get the creative concept across, on how it's seen or something like that, or but it was pretty. It was very neon-y, like colors, very bright, very straightforward.
It was like a phone.
Yeah.
It was a phone.
Yeah.
I thought it was very cool. Like I enjoyed it. There was also a plot twist. There was a plot twist. You were like, what? It even made me go look up an emoji. I was like, I want to see this emoji now. Yeah. So guys, you'll never look at your emojis the same again. You'll be like, they're scanning this one right now. Even though they're not.
Here's my question. What if, because the way that they put when the scanning of the emojis happened, it almost got the feel like it was like a game show. And they're about to go live.
Yeah.
And everyone's standing ready and they're like, yeah, we're going live type of thing. Which was obviously a time that when he was typing, or because you got your keyboard, and then when you want an emoji, you got the button, on an Apple, it's like the bottom right.
Left hand.
Yes, corner. And you click on the emojis and then your emojis come out. Do they obviously then go live when he clicks on that button, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going live. Which one is he picking? And he's scanning through them and that type of stuff. What happens, because they've got a set of emojis ready there in their different blocks. What happens if he picks an emoji that is very unpopular? And he's sitting in the unpopular basement? Or is it they have every...
No, but what
they don't have every emoji there, am I right?
No, I think they do, but they don't just have one of every emoji. So they a new emoji is born, and then they basically get to work in the text department, if I can put it like that, because there were 3 maids, so the mom and the dad.
That's right.
So it wasn't just there's one emoji. It was there's, and I think when they were down in the basement, it was because they were taking a break. He hadn't opened the app type of thing. Maybe they would get ready whenever they knew he was going to go on.
Shows you this can go quite crazy, yeah. But yeah, I mean, they would have, I'm sure, the imagination that you can have.
Oh no, that was flippin' brilliant. The fact they brought a phone to life. And it was the last thing. Honestly, when I watched the trailer, because I was like, there's an emoji movie coming out. Okay, cool. When I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, they didn't really say much from the trailer. I don't remember understanding much. It was just okay, I wonder where they're going to go from here. You know what I think let them down maybe was their trailer. I think maybe a lot of people watched the trailer and were like, Okay, because like they didn't, I didn't get the phone effect like
is it?
yeah from the actual trailer. When I watched the movie, but you know that happened with one movie that for me is one of the most brilliant movies, Battleships. When I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't want to watch this, and then when I watched the movie, I was like, this is awesome.
I want to watch it again.
Right. So like, yeah, some movies the trailer's amazing, and then you watch the movie and you're like, Power Rangers,
Yes.
like Power Rangers. Then other movies, it's like
Brilliant
awesome,
trailer, yeah.
and then it's the movie's still awesome, and then other movies, the trailer's like, but then the movie's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know someone who watched the Emoji movie and they didn't have a good comment. I should have asked them why.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ask them why.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah, so guys, that was the Emoji movie. Yeah. But we hope you're watching a lot of movies. You know, it's Christmas, it's holidays, it's time to, you know, relax, sit back, just breathe. So make sure you are watching those movies. Make sure you are listening to our show. You can catch us on iTunes, on our website, on
www.activefm.co.za. And remember, guys, we have shows throughout December
and
January. So don't worry, we don't stop.
And don't forget that we're doing that movies coming out in 2018 show.
That show will be coming up.
Yes, which is quite exciting because there are exciting movies coming out in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, this is Sash.
And I'm Ryan.
We'd firstly like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Meh.
Says Ryan, you can't say meh after Merry Christmas.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. And yes, we will see you next time.